More food videos. I got Max the Meat Guy literally uploading a video saying I cooked every cartoon character. Now I'd be curious to see what this is all about. Is it gonna be cooking rats again? Question mark. How do you cook Shrek anyways? That's my curiosity.
Today we're cooking your favorite cartoon characters. What you
Oh,
might
that's interesting. That's gonna be fucking entertaining. I wonder which ones are going to be. Definitely Chicken Little is the easiest one, to be honest.
not know is that most of your favorite cartoon characters are based on real edible animals. This is the craziest assortment of animals ever assembled, and today we're answering the ultimate question.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that in the middle? What is this? Blue cheese pizza? Yo, that looks wild to see that.
We're answering the ultimate question, which cartoon character tastes best? Starting with the one and only Marty from Madagascar. Yes,
a zebra?
This is Zebra. Marty's the adventurous zebra who kicked off the entire Madagascar escape and somehow always seems to find himself in trouble.
Blah, 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 blah. Be gone!
What? Come on. Do I look like a steak to you?
Let's find out how zebra tastes. What's funny is this zebra steak looks exactly like the one from the movie.
Turtle pizza, your mom's a turtle
But this has
pizza.
got to be one of the most lean cuts of meat I've ever seen. Step one, we'll slice this up into bite-sized pieces because we're making Madagascar's national dish called ramazava. Typically made with beef, but of course today it's zebra. To cook, we'll start with super high heat to get some nice color on our zebra. Now we go in
that looks
with
hella
the tomatoes,
good, I'm not gonna lie.
the stock. Now we go in with the onions, the chilies, the ginger and garlic. These colors look so beautiful. From here, believe it or not, we are adding both
Zebra
pork
should taste the
and
same as
chicken,
horse. I've never
letting
had
that
it.
cook for another 10 minutes. With our meat cooked through, we'll season to taste with salt and pepper, and finally we'll add in the greens, and we need a lot. And just like magic, they've all wilted down, served alongside rice and some traditional sauté sauce.
That kinda looks
I
kinda
give you
good. I'm not gonna lie, I would
Madagascar's
totally eat
national
that.
dish made with Madagascar's best character. Time to eat. Marty from Madagascar's ramazava. Get a little bit of that sauce.
Ramazava.
The flavors in this dish are phenomenal. I don't know how I feel about Marty.
Bro, this is like sawdust. I can't get it down. Like, I want to eat this with any other meat, I think.
When we cooked it as a steak, I really liked it.
I'm
Thank you for the follow.
It's been like 5 minutes.
The flavors going on here are phenomenal.
And it feels super fresh with those greens and the tomatoes. Also, there's 3 types of meat in here, so we're getting so many other flavors too. I love the combinations.
All in all, I actually really like it. I think it would just be better with a different meat.
I think Marty deserves B tier.
The flavors are incredible. The meat was so-so. I'm gonna give it a B.
The vegetables are awesome in here. The dish itself is great. I'm gonna settle on a B.
We are starting off with a strong B tier for Marty. We have made it to none other than Jackie Legs from Kangaroo Jack, and yes,
Oh my God,
this is a whole
Kangaroo
kangaroo.
Jack?
Kangaroo Jack was easily one of my favorite movies growing up. He's the smooth-talking kangaroo who turns a simple trip
I remember
across
that movie.
Australia
Holy shit, that's
into
such an old-ass movie.
wild adventure.
You can talk and I can sing. I said a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop the rock to the bang bang. Boogie set up, jump the boogie to
Okay,
Interesting.
enough singing, time to cook. And based on my research,
Can you
this
eat that?
might actually be the first whole kangaroo ever cooked in America.
Jesus.
Kangaroos are extremely abundant in Australia, and their populations are heavily managed. So while kangaroo meat is uncommon in America, it
He just slapped the fucking kangaroo while he was on the phone. The movie sucked, but the animated one is better. I remember the animated one. Dude, he just fucking slapped it. Look. This person just slaps the fucking kangaroo.
while kangaroo meat is uncommon in
That's so fucking funny.
America, it's regularly sold in Australian supermarkets. It's got that
I would
incredibly
totally try to eat
powerful
that.
tail,
I'd try it out.
some tiny-looking dinosaur arms, and just check out those insanely jacked hind legs. This kangaroo for sure could jump. You can just tell it's packed with muscle.
Damn.
I hope the meat isn't too tough. There's also this super long back strap, which is basically the ribeyes. I have a feeling that's gonna be the best meat. Now to cook, because this leg is so massive, massive, I am gonna score it to help those seasonings get in there better and to hopefully help it crisp up. And I'll hit it with a bunch of salt. This is a massive cut, so going heavy, as well as black pepper. And in the spirit of Australian barbecue, hitting it with this herbaceous lemony oil garlic marinade, getting it in all those nooks and crannies.
That's funny.
And we'll get it on the grill. And finally, this kangaroo is done and it is looking epic. We've developed some incredible deep, flavorful color. Still looks like it has some
It would have been nice if he actually made an
I
actual recipe
cannot
though
wait to slice into this
for
thing. I'm just gonna
kangaroos.
do
I'd be
my
curious.
best to break this down. One thing they don't teach you in school is how to break down a whole kangaroo, but here we are. Oh man, it has got a huge smoke ring, and that actually looks insanely juicy. It very much reminds me of lamb with how
Ooh,
it
that does look
slices
good,
and
I'm
how
not
it
gonna
looks.
lie.
At this
My
point, it really
God.
has zero gamey smell whatsoever. I have extremely high hopes right now.
Oof.
Now we'll break down some of that juicy backstrap area. Definitely some very, very interesting looking meat. I am dying to see how it tastes. We
Fuck,
definitely
man.
learned
Shit,
what
I would
a
totally eat
kangaroo is
that.
after today. That is a fact. Not bad.
Yeah, it's a little dry.
Good flavor though.
But the meat itself, it's not gamey, and that's really surprising to me.
As you chew it, it becomes more of like a pate in your mouth.
It's a little pasty, though we did just
Interesting.
taste the ribeye. And there are so many different cuts to choose from.
Yeah,
so I
no
think
worries,
that's just
Pillow.
because we have like sort of
Take care
an
of
overcooked
honey,
ribeye
be
situation.
safe.
I think on the plus side, we ate a good piece of it. I could see this like right here not being very good, and I will prove it right now. That is not very good.
Really?
I will say there is a slight twang to it. I'm not loving this one.
I'm going with a C.
I'm gonna go C.
I think the cook style
It's
with
a
the
B.
marinade with the smoke brought it
Is that
up
what you're gonna
closer
choose?
to a B tier.
Yeah.
I liked it. What it means is Kangaroo Jack is getting C tier. C for kangaroo.
Dude, you're such an idiot.
We have made it to a classic with Winnie the Pooh. This right here is a black bear steak. Winnie the
I heard bear meat is not that good. That's what I heard. Ask your boy Sage for a recipe. True, actually, that would be kind of cool to do that. Actually, cook a. But the question is, where the fuck am I gonna get kangaroo meat around here? That's the question I ask.
Pooh is the lovable, honey-obsessed bear who spends his days wandering the 100-acre wood. First introduced in 1926, he's one of the oldest characters in today's lineup.
Yeah, but how are you gonna cook? How are you gonna cook this though? That's the question I ask.
And bother. Well, it all comes from eating too much.
Poor little Winnie the Pooh, always getting himself in sticky situations. But let's find out if that honey-filled diet makes him taste good. Now, we've had bear a couple times on this channel, but this right here might be the best looking piece I've ever seen. It is extremely lean, but it just has such a beautiful deep red color. This is from the backstrap, the most premium cut. And today's plan is to make not your average bear burger. And we'll get that bear into the grinder. Man, that is just some of the most stunning looking meat I've ever seen. However, it is super lean, so I am adding just a bit of pork fat to kind of give it some richness. That combination should be perfect. Now just very gently forming our beautiful Winnie the Pooh bear burger, and we'll season with salt and pepper. Now before we hit
Shokugeki
the
no
grill,
Soma
as
said
you
it.
guys
True,
know, Winnie
I
the
forgot that
Pooh's
Shokugeki
favorite
did actually
food
did
is
that.
honey. This is a whole raw honeycomb
Are you gonna put it in the
straight from
meat?
the beehive. It's a full tray, including all the wax. I've never seen anything like this before.
That's kinda cool.
Whoa, that texture's crazy. I feel like Winnie the Pooh would love this right now. I mean,
that's
this is
cool.
literally as fresh as it gets. I mean, you already know I gotta take a bite of this stuff. Wow, that is absolutely bursting with honey. And the wax itself is kind of satisfying. The honey candy. Winnie, I get the hype.
Yo,
This stuff
that-
is
that
fire.
looks
Now, when it
goddamn,
comes
dude.
to enjoying
That's gonna make
honey,
me
there
act
is
up in a
only
second.
one superior method.
You
It
also
is
have to make sure that bear meat is safe to eat because bears don't give a damn. They eat anything, including decaying meat in the wild. Oh, I did not know that actually.
of course, bread with honey butter, outdoor boys style.
Is there anything better than warm, fresh bread? Yes. Warm fresh bread with honey butter.
Especially with the fresh honey, that just looks so good. And yes, we're gonna be combining this with the bear. But where it truly shines is
that
on
looks
Luke
so
from the Outdoor
good.
Boys grilled bread, which we will of course be using as the bun for our Winnie the Pooh bear burger, and we'll get it all on the grill. Grilling our
Interesting.
bread directly over the campfire right next to our perfectly seared bear burger, and they should be good to go. There is nothing better than
Dude, that
Luke
looks so
from the Outdoor
good.
Boys grilled bread, which we'll be
Here you
using
go.
as the base of this burger. Next up, we are of course drizzling in that iconic fresh honey butter.
Oh
We
my
can't forget
God.
about that
Oh
perfectly
my Lord, that
grilled
looks so
Winnie the
good.
Pooh bear burger. Get that right on top. Now throwing on a chili onion bacon jam, topping this
What the
beast
fuck?
with another slice of grilled bread, and finally finishing it off with one last drizzle. I feel like this is either going to be the best thing I've ever made or just way too much, but either way,
Dude, that
let's
shit
find
looks
out.
so
How do
fucking
bees know how to
good.
do this?
Hell, what are you doing with your finger, bro?
Oh, that's...
This is either going one of two ways. It's either gonna be a banger or it's just gonna be like too sweet. It looks crazy. Look how juicy that is.
It looks phenomenal.
thick boy burger right there.
Is it?
That's so good.
The burger is extra charred, and it works really well because the honey, whatever that relish is on there, works really well with like a well-done burger.
The
Really?
only
It's actually
reason it's well
good.
done is because it's bear meat, which you have to cook to a very high internal temp. But I
So bear meat is only safe to eat at well done temperatures. Oh, okay. I see. So you have to, okay. That makes sense.
totally agree with you. You have that contrast from the crust. You get all sorts of charred flavors from the bread as
Dude, I
well
would totally
as the
love to
burger.
try
It is
bear
a
meat
flavor
hamburger.
explosion.
It's the perfect savory sweet combination. I don't think there's anything better than this. I feel like this is
that
an
looks so
S tier
good. That looks so
experience
good.
and an S tier meal.
That's an easy S.
Winnie the Pooh, that has got to be
Damn.
the
S tier for
easiest
Winnie the
S tier
Pooh?
I've ever had. We have made it to the one and only Bruce from Finding Nemo. Bruce is the massive great white shark who claims that fish are friends,
Really? You can also eat shark too? Damn, I'm learning new shit, to be honest. I never knew you can actually eat shark.
not food, something he seems to always keep forgetting.
Hello, name's Bruce. Fish are friends, not food.
Well, according to Bruce, fish are friends and not food.
Hmm.
Let's find out if the same thing applies to shark. And this right here is a fillet of bull shark. And what you might not know is that bull shark is one of the few types of sharks that are okay to eat. And just check out that beautiful, clean
fire.
looking white meat. And for our most important step, time for a buttermilk brine. For shark, this is absolutely critical for flavor and texture and making sure we get rid of that strong ammonia flavor. And we'll get it into the fridge overnight. In the meantime, let's make our glaze. Since Bruce is from Australia, Vegemite feels like the perfect place to start. It has this crazy powerful umami flavor that I feel like might actually work. Adding some maple syrup to balance the saltiness, brightening it up with some lemon, and finally the butter for some silky richness that'll hopefully take Bruce to the next level.
interesting.
With our shark brined, we'll get it on a rack and dry off the exterior, seasoning heavily with salt and pepper, and
I
just like
see.
that, we'll get it on the grill. Shark is notoriously dry, so want to ensure we don't overcook this, but still making sure we develop some good color. Now just hitting it with our Vegemite glaze over the top so it nicely tacks up. And just like that, our Bruce is done. Almost has the same look as miso black cod with that caramelization.
Damn, that does
and
look good, I'm not gonna
slicing
lie.
into
Holy
it, honestly,
shit.
it looks insanely juicy to the point where it's almost like waterlogged. Let's find out if sharks are
Hopefully
friends
that's good though.
and not
I'd be curious to see how that
food.
tastes like.
Shark bait, hoo ha ha.
I like it.
That's not because of the shark.
I
got
see.
the sauce down my...
That flavor is amazing. Texture is questionable.
It's a little spongy.
Oh,
but
really?
It's like juicy too.
I've
It's
never had
really
shark in my
weird.
entire
The
life.
buttermilk really did take away not only from that super tough texture, but also the like ammonia flavor that shark's supposed to have. I don't get any weird flavors in there. I actually like this. This shark right here, dude,
Kyle, some pepper.
No. I'm giving that shark a solid B.
That is exactly what I was gonna say. If the texture was better, it could have been.
I would totally love to cook stuff like this or so, but like experiment with like a different type of like seasoning or marinated for it.
An A, but a B is fair.
I'm with you guys. It's gonna be
I
a
have
B.
something that
What
I
it
can think of
means
for
is
it.
it's gonna be a B for Bruce. We have made
Wonder how
it to
expensive it is to
Remy
buy that,
from
actually.
Ratatouille. This right here is muskrat. Remy is the
Of course,
genius
a
rat
rat.
chef who single-handedly made the dish Ratatouille famous, proving that even a rat can belong in the kitchen.
Shark is S tier? What the fuck they on about? They probably didn't cook it in a good recipe though.
A rat making a beautiful ratatouille, what could possibly be better than that? We have cooked a wide range of exotic animals on this channel, but this right here might top the list. I mean, this muskrat has some of
Well,
the
you've eaten rat
darkest,
before, though.
gnarliest meat I have ever seen. And just take a look at the fat. It almost has like a green hue to it. It sort of looks
look really
rotten, but I
green.
know it's just super funky muskrat fat. There's even a hair there for Kyle.
What?
Gonna do my best to remove as much of the actual meat as possible, because in the spirit of the movie Ratatouille, there's only one thing we have to make. Yes, we are of course making ratatouille, typically a
We're
vegetarian
making ratatouille out of rat? Interesting.
dish. That is not the case today. So after removing some of the pieces, I'm not gonna lie, this meat actually looks quite
Yeah, I would like
nice
to
and
experiment
clean.
with
But
shark
the
meat, to
smell,
be
it's got
honest.
that twang. Those hairs just kind of go erect. Did my best to clean this up as much as I could. And from here, I'll finely chop it up, almost forming like a ground meat situation. Honestly, that deep color kind of reminds me of something like sashimi grade tuna. And finally, time to cook. Basically what we're doing now is building that rich tomato sauce, a
Ratatouille.
critical component to ratatouille. With our onions and peppers starting to sweat down, we will now add in the ground ratatouille. Doing my best to nicely brown it up. Honestly, at this point, it kind of just looks like ground beef. From here, it's in with the garlic and thyme, and finally, it's in with the tomato puree. And just thinning it out with a little water to achieve a nice silky texture. Just a touch of red wine vinegar, and it's time to assemble. We'll start by ladling on some of that rat marinara, and finally we get to add on our beautiful layers of eggplant, zucchini, tomato, and squash. There's nothing like this combination of colors. I can't speak for the taste, but visually,
Damn, that does
it
look
is
good, though. I'm not
absolutely
gonna
stunning.
lie.
Finishing with a little olive oil, salt, and thyme. Just a cornucopia of fresh, bright colored layers, and we'll get it in the oven. And just like that, our ratatouille is finally done. Absolute stunner of a dish. But does it taste good? Let's find out. What do we think?
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And the best part is there's a little surprise down below. So everybody make sure, whoa, Kyle. See, Kyle's trying to go for that top section. You can get a little bit of that, but you also got to go deep in there, Kyle. Make sure you get some of those nice crispy bits. Oh, it's muskrat in my teeth. 100% of my issue with this was mental.
Me too.
Because the flavor just tasted like great ratatouille. The texture was like ground beef. But when I took that bite, all I could see was that deep red muskrat with the green and yellow fat. And I'm feeling disturbed.
Dude, when you said that, I got the shivers.
I know, dude. In weird parts of my body, like my back of my head is shivering.
There's some things that I just can't get my mind around eating, and I added a new one to my repertoire today. Muskrat. This reminds me of beaver, kind of mixed with some llama.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's not very good.
I prefer the regular rat. In case you guys are wondering, muskrat is here, rat is here. Is this the worst thing we've ever eaten on the
Interesting.
channel?
No.
No.
I'll take that as a win.
I mean, for the meat itself, gotta go F, but the ratatouille, I'd give that an S. I loved it.
So where are you gonna rank this?
F.
I mean, this may or may not come as a surprise, but muskrat is an F tier protein. That is terrible.
It is 100% an F.
Sadly, what it means is Remy from Ratatouille is getting F tier. We have made it to everyone's favorite Jamaican crab.
course,
It's time for
crabs.
Sebastian from Little Mermaid. Sebastian is the music-loving crab who serves as King Triton's loyal advisor, constantly trying to keep Ariel out of trouble while somehow always getting dragged
And like
into
crab
the
is like a
chaos
normal
himself.
thing to eat, to be honest. Except they're expensive though.
Right here on the ocean floor.
Honestly, that song's kind of a banger, but I will never forget that scene where he almost gets eaten. Unfortunately, it appears as though we'll be recreating that scene right now. And these have got to be some of the most beautiful blue crabs I've ever seen. The colors on those shells are just
interesting.
insane.
Take care,
And
Cheeto,
clearly
be safe.
most distinctive is that stunning blue
Curry crab and
color. It's a color
dumplings.
you
That sounds
almost
good,
never
actually, to be
see in
honest.
nature, and
Yo,
it
you
is
bitey?
just beautiful. The first important step before we cook is to get these crabs into ice water to really chill them down, allowing us to eventually humanely cook. Now to cook,
Interesting.
this might be
Never
the
knew you had to
most
do that.
excited I've ever been for any recipe. As you guys know, Sebastian is a Jamaican crab, so in the spirit of his heritage,
Jambalaya?
we're of course making a Jamaican crab boil. Honestly, no idea if this will
Jambalaya,
work,
let
but
me
I
have some
feel
jambalaya
like
instead.
it's gotta be good. We've literally added every single flavor component to a jerk
Oh, is he
marinade.
make- is he
It is
making-
already
is he
smelling
making that
insane. We'll
specific,
go
like,
in
the
with the
seafood
potatoes.
thing
Can't
from
forget
the,
about the
from the,
sausage.
South?
Our potatoes should be done. So we'll go in with the crabs. And finally, we'll
Yeah, there's
finish
the
with
sausages
corn.
and the
While
corn,
that cooks,
yeah.
this is where
And
the
then the
magic
sauce, I
happens.
assume,
My ultimate
right?
goal here is to make a Jamaican jerk butter for this crab boil. So basically just using this authentic Jamaican jerk marinade to make a sauce.
Ooh,
this
that
is
does look
exactly
good,
what I
I'm not gonna
typically
lie,
put on
to be
chicken.
honest.
But from here, loading it up with butter should
Holy
give us a
fucking butter,
beautifully
Jesus.
luscious texture. And it's just about time to eat.
That looks good though.
remove from the pot. Wow. You want to lift directly with your lower back. Don't use any knees or legs. Kyle, bring the pot.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Really is as simple as that.
Yep.
And we'll just ladle on that jerk butter sauce. Smells so freaking good. We'll give it a nice toss. Ooh. Jerk hot sauce in the eye. And time for the best part. Finishing with a bit more of that Jamaican butter sauce, some orange, lemon, and lime to brighten it up. Finish with a little bit of green. And there we have it, a Jamaican Sebastian boil fit for a king. All right, everybody grab
shit
their
looks good,
own
I ain't gonna lie, to
individual
be honest.
Sebastian here. Kyle, whoa, 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 Kyle.
What?
That's not right at all.
That's the main way to eat crab here in
Get that meat
Trinidad,
out.
but I don't eat crab. Too
Wow,
much work
it's a
for
little
little rewards.
sweet
That
and
is
the
very true.
texture
You're not
is
wrong
so
on that.
nice.
The meat on these is incredible.
It's extremely delicate compared to something like a king crab. This is one of the best things we've made, I think, ever.
Jamaican jerk sauce has slowly become one of my favorite sauces of all time. It has a really deep, complex flavor profile that's unlike any other flavor out there.
And the spice level is actually spicy. This is the easiest S
Yep.
I could ever give.
Honestly, beyond S tier. The perfect meal.
One of the easiest S's of all time.
What it means is
Damn.
Sebastian
Well, it's
is
pretty
getting
easy
S tier.
food. It's
so
like,
we paused
you
the
know.
video, but for the past 30 minutes, we sat here and ate this entire crab boil.
To be honest, I thought they were gonna do flounder for a second there. That's what I thought.
There's crab all over us, but I have no regrets. This is possibly the best thing we've ever made on the channel. If you ever find yourself with a bunch of blue crabs, you gotta make this. We've made it to everyone's favorite bartender. It's Slick Dichiguani from Zootopia 2, and yes, this is an iguana.
Never seen-
He's a
never seen
laid-back
it.
dude known for serving up some of the most ridiculous bug-based snacks you'll ever see.
Order up.
Slick Dichiguani might be an iguana a few words, but you're about to find out why he's extremely special. Believe it or not, this character was voiced by one of my good friends, the one and only Nick DiGiovanni. Now the only
Oh,
problem
really?
is I
Wow,
have
that's
no
cool.
idea
Never knew
how to
that.
actually cook this, so I figured there's only one person to ask, Slick himself.
What's up, Max?
Yo,
I've never tried iguana, but I don't think I would try it because I'd rather have it as a pet. So Would make me
what's up,
feel
man?
bad.
Why are you calling me that?
Kind of a awkward question, but I'm thinking of cooking you, and I'm just wondering if you have any ideas, like seasonings, cook process.
What do you mean?
I'm just planning on cooking you.
I don't know what that means.
What's your favorite food?
Rotisserie chicken #1 and probably sea urchin #2.
If you were to season that rotisserie chicken, like what would you go with?
I would, it's gonna sound like a plug, but I would use, like I do every time I make chicken, just the Osmo Golden Gourmet. I use that on chicken, but also like, even if I have French fries, I put it on there.
Okay.
I'd rub it all over and I would just, I'd rotisserie it low and slow. You know low and slow better than anybody.
All right, Slick.
Why are you calling me that? That's my name from Zootopia.
All right, gotta go, dude. Well, guess we know exactly what to do. Well, guys, Slick has been fully prepped, and it's time to cook. I mean, it seems to have some decent looking meat, and you might not know this, but iguanas are actually invasive and commonly consumed in some cultures. Start with a little
Wow,
oil
never knew that,
binder.
actually.
Just like Nick said, we'll hit it with the Osmo chicken rub. People do say these taste like chicken, so this actually might be perfect. To the cavity, we'll
I
add
don't know
some
if I would eat
lemon,
one
garlic,
personally.
chilies, and thyme. We'll tie it up nice and tight on our rotisserie, and we'll get it on the grill.
Just because I
Can't
wanted to have
forget
it as
the
a pet, that's
applewood,
why.
and it's onto the spit. This is one of those animals that I really want to cook thoroughly. Medium rare iguana does not sound like a good idea, so after 3 long hours, I think it's finally time to come off. I'm gonna be honest because I have to be honest. Slick is smelling funky, and I mean real funky. I was really hoping that all those seasonings and hours upon hours
That's
over
not good.
applewood would kind of mute any iguana smells and flavors, but I'm not feeling very optimistic. I know that there are many people and cultures that eat these things. This thing is looking shrimpy. I feel like our best chance is gonna be along the neck and kind of ribeye backstrap area, just kind of peeling away like so. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a lot of meat. We seem to have decent looking white meat here. After seeing this, I gotta say, I'm feeling a lot more optimistic. Kinda just looks like chicken. We'll chop this up into nice little pieces because yes, we are assembling this on a taco. I've heard this is the best way to eat Slick digiguanis with onion, cilantro, salsa, and lime. I think it's finally
Really?
time we find
Interesting.
out how this tastes. You know, I've always wondered what my friends taste like.
That sounds weird.
That didn't come out right. Slick digiguani.
The smell coming off of this is not too appetizing.
Reminiscent of llama, right? It smells like llama.
Oh,
I think this is worse than the beaver.
I can't do that.
Is that the worst thing we've ever eaten on this channel? Slick, you taste terrible. That might be in the top 3 for this channel.
I had high hopes because I've heard this is supposed to taste like chicken.
Does not taste like
It
chicken.
does not taste like chicken.
Well, I think doing it rotisserie probably doesn't do it justice. You probably have to do something else to get rid of the musky scent off of it, you know?
Biggest F I've ever given.
That is just rancid. We're in agreement. It's gonna be F.
It's gonna be
Probably the way how you
F,
cooked it was
F,
probably
F.
not the
What
right
it
way to
means
do it,
is
to be
Slick
honest.
digiguani is unfortunately F tier. I'm sorry, Nick. We have made it to perhaps the most notorious villain of all time. It's the Barracuda from Finding Nemo. The Barracuda
I
is the
have no
villain
idea
that
what that
kicks
is.
off the entire story of Finding Nemo, sending Marlin on the unforgettable
Oh, from this dude. Oh, okay. I completely forgot about this freaking dude.
journey across the ocean. That might just be the saddest scene in any movie I've ever watched. I'm gonna get you, Mr. Barracuda. But let's start by finding out if he's actually edible. And this right here is what's known as a
Holy
great
shit, that thing is
barracuda, the
big.
exact same one from Finding Nemo, and this thing is absolutely terrifying. I mean, this thing has got to be at least 4 or
wonder what it
5
tastes
feet
like.
long. It's incredibly slender and aerodynamic. You can just tell this thing is a hunter, and just check out those teeth. I mean, these are some freaking chompers. They look like they belong on a wolf or something. I can only imagine how terrifying this thing would be swimming right at you. From a culinary standpoint, the only problem here is that it is unfortunately full of a toxin called ciguatera, which can make you violently ill, so needless to say, we're saving this thing for bait. Now for
Oh, Okay, I see. So that's the reason why you wouldn't eat that. Makes sense, to be honest.
For barracuda, you can actually eat. This is a Japanese barracuda, aka kamasu. And unlike the one before, this is one of the world's most prized culinary fish.
Don't eat me.
Really
We'll start by
interesting.
quickly removing all the scales, then seasoning well with salt for a traditional Japanese preparation. Now I am just gonna make a few incisions here, just like this. Just kind of help it cook evenly, allow that salt to penetrate. And from here, we'll get it in the fridge to gently cure. And after an hour, it's onto the grill. For a fish this delicate, doing my best to avoid that skin from sticking. This color is actually looking pretty good. Let's get it inside. Finishing
That's
simply
like the normal thing that my mom usually eats.
with just
But with a
a
different
bit of
fish,
lemon.
though.
Let's find out if barracuda actually tastes good. All right, so this should be an extremely high quality fish shipped in all the way from Japan.
That's a great fish.
That is so good.
Very delicate, but still has a nice firm chew to it. And the skin is crazy good.
The thing Japan does really well is making like small bites just so perfect. Any small fish on a Japanese grill cooked this way, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Man, this is up there for me. This is one of the better fish I think I've had.
And I love that little crispy bite that you get from the skin after you chew a little bit. It's so good.
I think the curing step
Okay.
also helped a lot getting that nice texture. I hate to throw around S tiers because it is quite simple, but I think this is an S tier fish.
I guess it's an S tier also. I have nothing negative to say about this one either.
It's gonna be S tier from me.
Out of nowhere, Finding Nemo's villainous barracuda has swam its way to S tier.
We'll report back in a few days if we got violently ill. If so, we're gonna move it down to an F tier.
Yeah. We have made it to the infamous Ka from the Jungle Book. This right here is a real python. Ka is
Well,
the
I've
massive
seen him-
Indian
I've seen him
python
eat snake
whose
before.
hypnotic eyes, endless coils, and unsettlingly calm voice make him one of the Jungle Book's most memorable villains.
Trust in me.
Stranger Danger, Jesus Christ. I've never seen this movie.
Just in me.
Snap out of it, Max. Come on, man. She almost got you.
Whew, that's one sly snake. Time to cook. And this has got to be the most beautiful snake I've ever seen. The colors are just beautiful, and check out those patterns. Those scales almost remind me of like a honeycomb. And in certain light, it has this almost metallic rainbow hue. If you look on the other side, it has this really clean looking rib cage. Should have a decent amount of good meat in there. I'll start by very carefully removing that skin. You'd think you could just pull it right off, but it is some serious work to get this off. In the spirit of an Indian python, an Indian dish only feels right. And yes, our plan is to attempt snake tikka masala. All right, Kyle, chances I
Really?
can slice through this snake one
Fucking doing
shot.
tikka masala?
Wait! 72, sir!
Kyle, you can't be doing that in my backswing. Are you serious? Come on. And just like that, we're left with some perfect bite-sized pieces. For authentic tikka masala flavor, we got some Kashmiri chili. Of course, got some turmeric for color, some garam masala. Such an incredible potent
Garam
flavor. We
masala.
got some coriander. Can't forget about the cumin. We also have this stuff here, which is fenugreek leaves. Brings such a unique herbaceous flavor. Of course,
Interesting.
some garlic and ginger paste. My first time using this, but this here is
Mustard
mustard
oil?
oil. Wow. Definitely has that mustard bite. That's crazy. Some salt, lemon juice, and finally, the yogurt. One thing I've learned about
Yogurt?
Indian food is they know how to layer flavors. There is so much in here. That is the reason it tastes so good. With each
Let's not forget what else they have over there in, for Indian food.
piece fully covered, it's into the fridge overnight. Just like that, it's been 24 hours, and it's time to cook. It smells amazing, and just take a look at how much flavor's on there. Now, just like we would with chicken tikka masala, we'll get it on our skewers, and just like that, we'll get it on the grill. getting them right over hot charcoal to develop some nice char. And that right there is the color we're looking for. I know this is
That makes
technically
sense.
snake, but I'm telling you, this is some of the
For me,
best
it kind of really
smelling
depends.
food
It might be
that's
good or it might be
ever
bad.
come off my grill.
It's kind of like a
And they
50-50
look
for me.
absolutely insane. Now to bring this all together, we'll need some ghee. Next the onions, starting to sweat those down. Now the ginger garlic paste. Now the chilies. Ooh, it is starting to smell amazing. Now our seasonings, give that a good mix and add in the tomatoes. With that nicely reduced, we'll add in the water as well as some cream. Looks like an amazing creamy tomato sauce. Finish with a little pinch
does
of
look
sugar, letting it cook down one final time until we finally add our grilled snake. There's just something about Indian food. It feels intimidating until you try it. I cannot believe how good this smells and looks. Plated next to rice, I give you our Ka snake tikka masala.
Ooh, with
If this
naan bread?
tastes even half as good as it smells, then we are in for a
Oh,
treat.
that should look
It
good.
is time for Ka.
Fuck.
You could tell me that's from an Indian restaurant. That is spot on tikka masala. That's so good.
That is
fucking love
perfect.
tiki-
The
what is it,
snake
tikka
is a
masala?
bit of a different story.
It's so tough. I could barely take a bite.
Wait, I feel like we did it right last time. What's going on here?
Last time we did it in buttermilk, incredible. This time we did it in yogurt, not incredible.
It's like really dry jerky that you just have to keep chewing
masala
and
is so
chewing and
fucking good,
chewing.
though.
I'd give the
Dude,
dish
I
an
fucking would
S. I'd
have
give the
that.
snake like a D. I feel like I'm gonna end up in the middle at a B.
I think this deserves D tier, man. I can barely eat the snake.
I can barely eat it. I'm gonna go D.
You know, the more I eat this, the more I can't eat it. I'm gonna go down to a C.
Such high hopes, and the flavor of this dish is on point, but sadly, our favorite snake, Ka, is getting D tier. Cowabunga, we have made it to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Turtle. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are four pizza-obsessed mutant brothers
I will never
spending
eat
their
this.
lives battling villains from the shadows of New
I have
York
turtles,
City.
so
Pizza time!
yeah.
Who had the pepperoni and ice cream?
Yeah, I want some of the jelly beans and mushrooms.
Yeah, give me a slice of anchovy.
They are just notorious for wild pizza topping combinations. So I figure let's find out how they taste on top of pizza. And what we have planned for this turtle is something I am certain the Ninja Turtles will approve of. We'll get it cracked open. And this right here is real Ninja Turtle meat. We got the dark meat as well as the light meat. Just take a look.
might
at
eat
the
your mama
color
later
of that
tonight. That's what I'm
turtle
gonna
fat. It looks radioactive. And we'll just hit it with a little oil, salt, and pepper, and we'll get it on the grill. Right over charcoal to start developing some great char flavor. In the meantime, you already know it's time for our Ninja Turtle themed pizza. Infused with some toxic ooze, this pizza dough should be perfect.
What the
And we'll do our
fuck?
best here to roll out that radioactive dough. If there's one food the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles love most, it's pizza. So I'm hoping this will do them justice. We'll add on that sauce, making sure to get a nice thin layer. Loading it up with some mutant toxin.
That looks so nasty, dude. That looks so nasty.
Cheese, finishing with a little oil on the crust, and we'll get it in the oven. And just like that, our pizza is nearly done. Our turtle seems to have developed some great looking color, and it should be good to go. And I gotta be honest, these Ninja Turtle nuggets have taken on some incredible color. Let's see what we got on the inside. That is some kind of funky looking dark meat. Now let's check on that white meat. Just kind of slicing into strips. This kind of just looks like chicken. But the real question is, how does this turtle taste on our pizza? And after one final blast of heat, we should be good to go. And that right there is the Teenage
You
Mutant.
didn't really roll the. You didn't even make the crust or anything like that, man. You didn't even. The dude didn't even make the crust.
Ninja Turtle pizza
What
of
kind
my
of pizza is
dreams.
this?
I think it is finally time we take a bite. Here you guys go.
It's radioactive.
It doesn't look like something we should be eating. I mean, pizza is always good. Even blue fluorescent pizza topped with turtle meat.
Is it gonna dye our insides? Are we gonna poop blue?
Stay tuned to find out. I know, let's all just go for some pieces of individual turtle.
Oh, I do.
insanely tough. I think the turtle meat has a lot of sinew and stuff going through it, but the flavor actually, it tastes super clean, and whatever seasoning you put on there, I like the seasoning on it.
It's like really flavorful chicken.
Yes, it's like the crispy nubs on a chicken thigh when you cook them on the grill.
Like, I still think it's a C. I was expecting a D or an F.
I'm gonna land at B because there's no way turtle can be A tier, unless Sophia's about to say it's A tier.
I was thinking A, and then I really thought in my head, and I also think
Isn't
B.
there like a soup that you can make out of them or something like that?
What it means is somehow our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have found themselves in B tier. B for Cowabunga.
That's not how it works.
Next up, we have made it to Count Dracula from Hotel Transylvania, and yes, this is real blood.
Yeah,
Dracula
this
is the overprotective vampire dad who runs a monster hotel and constantly tries to keep his daughter
How the
Mavis
fuck are you gonna
safe
drink
while
blood?
dealing with absolute chaos.
Or how are you gonna eat blood, I should say?
This encounter. You have no memory of this place or the monsters who made.
All I know for sure is that Dracula loves blood. This one's gonna be interesting. Yes, this right here is a jar of Mr. Dracula's favorite food. We have some real pig's blood. There's something about blood that weirdly doesn't have a smell at all, but it is just so
Never
creepy.
mind, it's pig blood. Okay, interesting. That's where you do sacrificing things.
Oh, and we got some big old blood clots. Ugh. Blood is very much out of my comfort zone, but it is a key component to morcilla, aka Argentinian blood sausages. People absolutely love these, so let's give them a shot. Now, besides the blood, our other key ingredient is pork fat. Basically just finely mincing this up. Usually we grind this up in our meat grinder, but nice and small pieces, ensuring a tender bite. This super fine texture here should be perfect. We'll go in with the pork fat, and now we go in with the blood. Ooh, to be honest, kind of looks like a brain. That is just so much blood. From here, we go in with the rice. Next, it's in with a good dose of sauteed garlic and onion. For the spices, we got some cumin, paprika, allspice, salt, and pepper. And finally, a whole bunch of parsley. Now we get handsy. Ooh, wow. That feels weird, man. Ooh. Oh, just so much blood. I'm taking one for the team here. It's a dirty job, but you know how it is. Someone's got to do it. We are left with the craziest looking sausage filling I have ever seen. Now to see if we can assemble these sausages, I of course
Meat
give you
Master
the Meat Master
5000.
5000. We'll slap on our natural sausage casing, grab some of our mixture, and load her up. Oh, this is a messy one. We'll get it locked and loaded. This is such a liquidy filling. Yo, what is this, dude? And we're pushing out our sausage. It's not pretty. Wow, that is gross. Okay. I lost a lot of blood making this sausage, but I think it turned out okay. It's got that insane deep red color, easily the craziest sausage I've ever made. This should be perfect for Dracula.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know where that comes from.
Now just gently twisting our blood sausage off like so, and we're ready to cook. In step one, it's into warm water to simmer. And this is kind of cool. We're actually adding bay leaves as well as salt to that water. And we'll let these go for about 20 minutes. I mean, it definitely looks like a blood sausage. All that's left to do is get it on the grill. Dracula's blood sausages are technically already cooked, so all we're doing here is developing a nice color. Of course, we also have to toast up some bread. It is as simple as that, and it should be done. I mean, especially for our first try, this blood sausage is honestly looking amazing. We'll see if this guy has a snap. Ooh, what is going on in there?
That does look pretty good, to be honest.
Actually smells freaking amazing. You can see how it has that green from the parsley. Maybe not quite as silky smooth as some of the stuff I've had in the past, but all things considered, I'm pretty optimistic. To assemble, we of course start with some good Argentinian chimichurri. On with our homemade blood sausages. A bit more chimichurri right over the top. And that right there is some authentic Dracula blood sausage choripan fit for a vampire. Dracula.
I'm gonna try to keep an open mind.
Please do. Flavor's good.
You ever heard the phrase, find out what goes into the sausage? You're not supposed to find it out. I found it out before, and that's what's making me not like it, because it actually wasn't that bad.
The first few bites, though, had a nice tangy aspect to it from the chimichurri and the parsley. There's a lot of parsley, which is good.
Very fresh.
But then that overpowering irony flavor.
I don't get much iron flavor.
This is better than any blood sausage I've bought from a store. I'm gonna give it a C.
I think I'm actually going B tier. I enjoy it.
This one was just not for me. I'm gonna go D tier.
What it all means is Dracula's blood sausage
C.
is getting C tier. We have made it to the adorable Bullseye from Toy Story. Yes, this right here is Horse. Introduced in Toy Story 2, even though he doesn't talk, Bullseye's Woody's faithful toy horse who always manages to steal the show with his loyalty and enthusiasm.
Interesting.
Ride off into the sunset. Oh! Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
You guys know that I absolutely love jerky, but horse is even exotic for me. This is real horse meat jerky. It is impossible to find in America. Fortunately, I have a good friend named
Japan?
Guga, and he brought this for me as a gift. Yo, Guga, how's it going?
We out here, bro. We out here. What's up with you?
Do you remember a few weeks ago you gave me something?
Something you should be careful with eating.
It's about the horse. What am I getting myself into here?
You might be rolling the dice, but you know, Japanese people eat it, so you should be fine. What is the worst thing that can happen?
I died.
Is horse like? I was gonna say not an exotic. Well, it is exotic though, but like as in like a high like those like rich people kind of type of food or so. Is it that kind of type of shit? I don't really know.
Exactly, I die. What do you mean?
You die believing in your name. You are the meat guy. How can you not
Yo nunca
try the
come
horse, my brother? I think you'll be
caballo.
fine. You'll be fine. Listen, you'll be fine. We all want to see you eat it. I'll talk to you later. Eat it now.
Guga, wait. Guess we gotta eat the horse. Well, either way, let's crack it open. It's so crazy. It's like packaged like candy.
Probably like just
horse
normal
meat
like jerky. I
jerky.
assume.
I mean, it kind of just looks like a Slim Jim or like a dried sausage. Seems to have a decent fat content, and it does look pretty moist. I think it's enough talking. Let's find out how Bullseye the horse really tastes. Here is your dried horse sausage jerky.
It looks like a candy.
Well, I have high hopes for this. Japan, everything is good in Japan.
I like it.
It's good. If I didn't know that this was horse, I would just think it's regular salami.
It's pretty good. Should we add this to our meat stick collection?
I don't think so, Gal. I think we're gonna stick with our current flavors. Speaking of, if you haven't tried Max Jerky yet, we have some of the most unique flavors on the market, and I
Is
genuinely
it any good though? Question mark.
believe it is the
We like-
world's best tasting jerky. Our bacon burnt ends are still the product I'm
Is it?
most proud of. If you haven't tried them yet, now is the
I've
time.
never tried it,
Use
so-
code CARTOON25
I would
for
try it.
25%
Why
off
not?
your entire order. We appreciate the support.
There's a little bit of a weird mental component to it, but it does taste good.
It's got a really nice richness. It's a little bit sweet, which I actually like with a meat stick. It's not overly salty. To me, this is a high quality meat stick. I actually think
Interesting.
this deserves A tier.
I agree. I'm giving it an A tier.
I'm with you guys. I'm going A.
This is the way to do it. Like,
Okay.
I love horse meat.
All
It's
right.
like this.
We have made it to the world's
What, chicken?
most famous Donald
am literally the most famous Donald.
Duck. Donald Duck.
Huh?
Donald Duck is Disney's short-tempered sailor whose explosive tantrums
I thought it was gonna be Daffy Duck for a second there.
and impossible to understand voice have been getting him into trouble
Are
for
you even hating
nearly
on
a
your
century.
fellow YouTuber products? Co will never be your mom's not gonna be sponsored later tonight.
And he is always getting flustered, but there is just something about his voice that I love. Let's see how he tastes. Step one, we actually need to completely remove all of the skin.
Are you gonna make
from our
Peking duck?
Very
That'd be pretty
carefully
nice to see.
following the fat and skin, leaving as much of that meat on there as possible. Trying to get it all off. From here, really just using my hands to separate that skin. It's actually coming off pretty easily. That should just about do it. And that right there is a 100% skinless Donald Duck. But have no fear, none of the skin is going to waste. My goal is to get this skin super crispy, so we'll get it on a pan, a little bit of salt, we'll get it flat, and into the oven to crisp up. Now we can just very easily break down our duck, removing both the legs and thighs, as well as the breasts. Nicely broken down and perfect for this dish. Time for the buttermilk brine, because you've heard of chicken and waffles, but this is duck and waffles. And both Donald Duck and chicken and waffles first rose to popularity in the 1930s,
Yeah, I never had it.
making this recipe a perfect
Would've been nice to
match.
see the recipe
and
for it,
into
at
the
least.
fridge for a few hours. And just like that, it's time to fry. The buttermilk should keep our duck super juicy, pressing in that seasoned flour to ensure it's also crispy. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever deep fried duck. This should be interesting. And we'll get it into the oil to fry. Since we pressed in all that flour, we should be left with some great texture, and that is the color we're looking for.
Ooh,
in the meantime, we'll
good.
quickly assemble our waffles. I don't know if there's anything better than a freshly made waffle. And on the side, we'll assemble our syrup
not
with
made
a
a waffle
bunch of
in,
maple.
like,
Now, what you
years.
might not know about Donald Duck is that he was actually the face of orange juice in America back in the 1950s. And this right here is some original packaging. And conveniently,
How did you
orange
wait,
flavor
isn't that
goes
expired?
incredibly well with duck and should take this syrup to the next level. And we'll finish with some orange zest to really make it pop. This citrusy syrup looks absolutely
It does look
perfect,
good, though, I'm not gonna
almost
lie.
as good as those waffles. To assemble, we'll stack those waffles nice and high. Next, we have that super crispy duck.
Damn.
Loading it up with that citrusy syrup. But most importantly, we can't forget about that duck skin chip. All that fat has rendered out. It now has this shatteringly crispy texture. I mean, forget the duck and waffles.
Damn, dude, that shit
I
looks
just
good.
eat
I ain't gonna
this.
lie, to be
I mean,
honest.
that is crispy. Crushing it up into
I have no
bite-sized
idea.
pieces for the perfect ultra crispy topping. Finally, it's time to eat. Wow.
That's really good.
It's like confusing my brain.
It might be better than normal chicken and waffles.
I feel like I'm eating breakfast, and the bacon aspect are these little skin chips. They're so good.
They're crispy, but they almost
Here we
melt
go,
in your
Coop.
mouth.
Yeah.
It's like somehow still juicy too.
Yeah.
It has every single texture going on. That is the craziest chip ever. I also think the key is that we didn't cook the duck breast to medium rare. Like that would have just been so weird with that crispy outside. Led to the perfect bite through texture and it was still juicy.
I don't know how I feel about the orange sauce on it. I like oranges as fruits, but not really as sauces.
Really?
I'd prefer it with just plain maple syrup, but that's a small thing.
I love every part of this dish.
I think it's really good, but
that
it's
shit
a
looks good,
little
though.
much. Like it is extremely sweet. It's extremely
glad you had a
rich.
good nap.
I think an A is fair.
I love it. There's just no other word for it. I think it's an S.
It's good, it's not perfect for
Damn,
me.
30
It's
hours
gonna be an
sleep?
A.
What it means is Donald Duck is getting A tier. We have finally made it to my personal favorite. It's Donkey from Shrek, and this right here is Donkey Milk Powder. Donkey is Shrek's
What?
lovable sidekick who's
You
non-stop
can milk the
talking and
donkeys?
chaotic energy, constantly gets
wonder how
into
you got the-
trouble.
I wonder how
That
you
is
milked it.
exactly what makes him so memorable.
Can I stay with you?
But wait, but Donkey's a guy
Oh,
though.
it's gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Donkey waffles? That sounds right up my alley. So it turns out finding donkey meat is virtually impossible in America, but this stuff here should be just as cool. It's dehydrated donkey milk, and quite frankly, I have no idea how it's gonna taste.
Donkey
but from
milk
what I've
powder.
heard, donkey milk is the most similar to human milk out of all the different milks. Now, I haven't had human milk in probably about 30 years, so this should be interesting.
Oh,
It is
is
also
it?
exactly 80.4 calories. Apparently with donkey milk, we gotta be precise. It has a perfectly pure white color and this almost powdered sugar texture. You've heard of the cinnamon challenge? This is the donkey milk powder challenge.
Of course.
That went well. That's so rich. Tastes like freeze-dried ice cream. Step one, we need to make
What the
our
fuck?
donkey milk. Basically just combining powder with a little bit of water. It is literally as simple as that. As you guys know, Donkey's favorite food is waffles, and we're taking these to the next level. For our milk component, we are of course using donkey, and of course some butter for richness. We'll go on with donkey waffle and let it cook until perfectly crispy, and just shaping it on our cone. I feel like this is a waffle cone that donkey would be proud of.
That's pretty
And for
good,
the
though.
most important part, our
Ice
ice
cream?
cream only takes 4 ingredients.
It only takes 4 ingredients. Only takes 4 ingredients. Only takes 4 ingredients.
Donkey's milk, some cream. This is some condensed sweet milk.
Oh,
just a
dude,
bit
condensed,
of vanilla
dude, condensed
extract.
milk is so
Mixing
good,
up
to be
our
honest.
donkey ice cream base.
You know the funny thing about it, like funny story or so, when it comes to like condensed milk or so, that was like our only sweet treat. So we would get like freaking what's it called? Bolillo de pan. So this is what we would have or so. Let me see. So we would get our specific like bread, right? This would be our sweet treat, right? So this was us when we were poor and everything like that, but this was basically basically like something a little bit sweet for us. So we would get like bolillo, right? Like pan de bolillo. And then we would just kind of like basically like dip it in the milk or so and just eat it as a sweet treat, and that's basically it. So and that's basically how you would do it or so. That's how we eat it. So it was really great. Like it was really fantastic. So I had a fun time with it. It's good. Like it's really, really, really good. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. I haven't had it in a long time, of course, but it's actually really good, you know. You get the little can and everything like that for it. And then that's how you basically like that's how you do it. So if you didn't know, now you know, you know. But yeah, that's how we do it. That is how we do it. Yeah. It's basically like that. But we don't put anything on it. It's just the bread. It's just the bread and that's basically it. So that's when we were poor and everything, so
into the ice cream maker, and we'll let it churn until we have this beautiful creamy texture.
It's
donkey
good.
milk ice
It's actually
cream
good.
goes
Try it out.
into
It's actually
our
really good.
donkey
Get
milk
pan de
cone,
bolillo and
little
you just,
extra
you know, you just
donkey
dip it a little
milk
bit there
powder
and you
over
just
the
eat it.
top, and of course a few sprinkles. I give you the ultimate
It's actually
donkey
really
ice
good.
cream. All right, guys, let me know what you think.
Oh man!
Trust
Dude,
me,
that's
it's
so
good.
That is the creamiest ice cream
Especially
I think
when we
I've
were
ever
poor.
had.
That was like the only thing that desserts that we had. It's actually really good.
That powder is like powdered
wanna buy some in the
cream.
future, to
it's
be honest.
so creamy.
That donkey milk makes a massive difference. I was saying before, but apparently it's the closest thing to human milk, and I get it.
Human
Not only
milk?
do I
Hey,
love
yo.
donkey as a character,
Hey,
but
yo.
apparently I love his
What do you
milk.
mean by
Plus,
that?
I think this is a very solid A tier.
That sounds so weird.
This might be higher than an A for me.
You think so?
It's really good. I gotta go.
Is it really that
It's
good?
slightly lacking that X factor for me. I'm gonna give it an A.
Ending on a high note with donkey in A tier. We're gonna finish this ice cream. Thank you all so much for watching. Use code CARTOON25 for 25% off your entire Max Jerky order. We appreciate the support, and we'll see.
Okay. That was pretty cool. To be honest, I like it though. Closest to human milk. That's what I'm saying. I was like, what do you mean by that, huh? What do you mean by like, you know, by that in general, huh? It's ass. That ice cream is ass. Anyways. How does he know? Yeah, that's my curiosity too as well. What do you mean by human milk? What you mean by that? Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. Man, we've been watching so many of these, to be honest. I have been enjoying these. It's nice to do a little bit of side questing, you know, every so often, besides, you know, the usual slopness that we usually watch from time to time. It's a nice palate cleanser, you know. It's really nice to have something a little bit different, and besides the whole stupid wholly jobless behavior kind of act or some watching, you know, massive day for the unemployed shit, you know. So This is really nice. I like it though. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And maybe one day I'll cook some of these things. I think this would be really pretty fun. I would try out to cook bear meat. That would be really fun to try out, especially in the burger format. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.